All right, we are here with Johns Hopkins women's basketball, head coach Rodney Rogan, Macy Feldman, and Kara Milliken after their sectional semifinal game against Scranton University. Coach, if you could just start with an opening statement on the game.
Yeah, congrats to Scranton. They had a game plan and they executed. Tough physical team that defended well and hit some big shots there. We kind of had some lulls there, not being able to be in an offensive flow early on, and then I think really just our defense kind of struggled initially. They were just kind of living in the paint, and we needed to do a better job of keeping out there. We did better as the game went on, but we got them going and some offensive flow that I think we needed to cut off a little bit better. So. We obviously battled back, and then we had to foul late to where it's a couple possession game, a 2-possession game, because there's a lot of fight in that group. We just weren't able to maybe hit that big shot and get that big stop. So it's a terrible feeling basketball wise to know that we were unable to come out on top. And when you get to this round of the tournament, everyone's going to be good. They're going to capitalize on their mistakes, and that's what Scranton did.
Yeah, for Rodney, it was a 15-point deficit at one point in the third quarter. You trimmed it to 5. Can you just kind of talk about the resilience of this team and their ability to fight back through that adversity?
Yeah, it's a resilient group, and I think when you have at least a record going into this game like we did, there's some times where you're not up 100% of the game. And so you have to dig in and still compete and try to have that fight. And I think if you're on any team, right, you have some people who are going to be strong and believe and get all the time. And sometimes you have people who are growing into their own as basketball players, where sometimes they can get knocked off of the vision and the passion and get their heads a little bit. And so sometimes in the game we were unable to get ourselves out of it right away. If you want to be a championship team, you got to have 5 people out there, the whole team just kind of connected with that belief and that passion all the time. And so that's part of the growth I think that we will see with some of our players, where it's like, no, I don't care. I'm a dog. I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna get a rebound. I'm gonna take that next shot no matter what. And so we do have some folks who are younger who are playing, and this is the experience that's gonna take them forward. And as a coach, you want to see that early on, and maybe you able to put in those situations where they believe. And so I see that for me, I have to help some people really believe in themselves a little bit more. Like, oh, they scored on me. Who cares? I'm going to get a stop the next time. That kind of stuff. And I see that we have to be better at that. We have some who are there all the time, right, who are with it. And that's just the growth that we have to get. If you want to compete at, the level we are, the Final Four, you have to have that belief in yourself. And for a second, if you lose it, great teams are going to capitalize. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
So Macy, you go out, have to get some stitches. What was going through your head as you're finally allowed to go back out on the court? Like, what were you feeling there?
I guess in warm-ups, I was just trying to get my shot back underneath me, and then I kind of realized what the situation was. I got caught up on the halftime speech, and then all I knew was that we needed to believe and fight and come together and try and chip away at that lead. And I think we made a good run at that, but obviously it wasn't enough. But yeah, mentality-wise, just coming together and playing like we know how to.
Then Rodney and Kara, when Macy came back into the game, the momentum kind of shifted and there was like a little bit of fight. Just kind of talk about how she impacted the game today.
Yeah, what I've learned about Macy, and one of my favorite things, maybe the absolute favorite thing, is that I know that she is going to compete 100% of the time, give 100% of effort. So when someone like number 4 goes out, your team is going to take a hit. And I think, and take a hit just as an emotional leader, competitor. I think we have people who, when things are going well, will be there. And that goes back to that consistency you guys talk about. But Macy Feldman is someone who's going to be on the court for as much as she wants to in her career. She's at that point where I might be like, we have a lot of depth, but sometimes like 40 minutes like we did last week, because there's never any doubt of the competitor and the person that she is. So when she's not in there, I think that's what happened to us a little bit, because that was the first quarter. I think when that crap happens, and you kind of see what happened in that first half there. We're definitely capable of playing, but when you have someone that you depend on, it changes the tone of the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think Macy coming back at halftime, especially when we were warming up at halftime, it really kind of changed the energy, kind of made it lighter. She obviously came back with a big headband on her face, and everybody kind of laughed, which in the moment, like, obviously it's not great for her to get stitches, but it was like, you look goofy, girl. As soon as we saw she was like playing and she could hit a shot, we were like, all right, let's go. And I think that lightened the mood and made us all really come together, like Macy said, and just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you two are definitely, two of the strongest competitors on this team. That run was kind of started by Kara drawing that charge. So just for you, Kara, like how important is it for you to kind of serve that role as just like a spark and that energy when your team needs it?
I think my whole career, that's kind of been my role, and I've really embraced it. Just coming into this year, it's a bonus year for me. I'm a grad student, I'm 5th year, so I just wanted to give what I could for my team, and throughout the year, I think I love basketball, I love my team, I love Coach Rogan here, so it's not hard for me to bring that energy. It's just something that I have a privilege to play with these amazing people and play at this great university, so I think just bringing that energy every day is something I try to do always.
Yeah, for Rodney and Macy, just to kind of talk about Kara, how important that spark she provides is.
The energy that she brings and the communication that she brings and the help defense that she brings, something that's vital to our team. I was already thinking about when she graduates, our practices are going to be quieter, and that's something that someone's going to have, a lot of people are going to have to step up and add to that, because if I said, Carrie, you can't talk today, then our gym is not at that championship level that it has to be all the time, and the energy that she has and she cares for her teammates. So what's good about Carrie is that no matter what's going on in her life or whatever, she knows that when she steps into Goldfarb for our practice or whatever, that she has a role, and it's important to do that. And that's very valuable that we can count on that consistency for her. That's, as a coach, one of your most important things is consistency. If you have a good attitude all the time, I need you to do that. If you're one of these people that's up and down, that's when it's tough. And I like to know what I'm going to get, and I know what I'm going to get from these two, and that's so important.
I'll emphasize what Coach said. And I say, I think off the court also, she's so dependable. Like when we're going into practice and it's been a long week, or if people are struggling with school or whatever, I know Kara can bring my energy up no matter what, even if her energy's all the way down. And she's struggling too. But Kara is just a great leader for our team, and I know she like you said, she can talk, raise our energy up in the gym, and I think that's super important going into postseason. And just, she likes to band people together too, and I think that's super important. And I know I can always depend on her, so she'll definitely be missed next year.
Yeah, I got just one more. I know it's kind of tough to do, but if you could kind of boil down this year into just like one or two big lessons that you kind of learned and taken from this year for the players, and then also for Rodney.
I guess if we're going with words, I would say hope. I think this team just has so much promise and so much to give and so much talent that like sometimes we don't even know what to do with it. We had some injuries this year. We just had people step up. Everybody, it's next one up mentality. And I think going into the next few years, like we know there's not going to be a lull. Right, like we're going to come out strong, we're going to be ranked at the beginning of the season, and we're going to keep going up the ladder, right? I have so much hope and faith and just love for this team, and I know that this is not the end. We're just going to keep rising.
For me, I guess belief in the team and belief in myself. I think, like you said, confidence is a big thing. And when we have confidence in ourselves, and I think that definitely comes from Coach coming this year. he instilled a lot of confidence in us and in me personally, and I think that's when I started playing my best basketball. Second, like I always say, I think just having fun, because it's hard, or it's easy to forget like why you're playing basketball and why you're doing that every day in the gym, and when you remember why and having fun with your best friends, I think it means so much more. So just remember to have fun today.
Yeah, I think coming here to Johns Hopkins and being with players, I've just been fortunate to coach great players from Millsaps to Omaha to Rhodes, I think, and then coming here, it's unknown, but I'm glad that they were welcoming to me and allowing me to coach them in my own kind of style. I think, as a coach, I think a lot of times people forget that they are humans and they're dealing with a lot too. So I want to be consistent for them. And so I'm just proud that they were able to show up every day with the right attitude while balancing the academics, while excelling academically as well. And it's a year of growth, and I've had fun. I've had fun with this group, and I never showed up not wanting to be there. And a big part is it is them. And so I think that's the best part, that I've been able to create 15, just with the players, 15 new relationships that are, they're not going to get rid of me. Kara's graduating, but she's going to hear from me. I better hear from her, and all that. Just, that's what I'm going to take away from this year. 15 great players, great people that I'm just so thrilled are going to be in my life for a really long time.
Yeah, and you guys had such a strong support and fan base here so far from home. What was it like to play in front of that support, especially after halftime going into the third quarter as you cut the lead like you did?
Yeah, I think I got a lot of, I got on some email chains somehow and text messages. A lot of alums are super excited. An alum came in our locker room who was, I think, graduating in 2000 or something, and they're just so excited about our team and our program and what they've shown this year on the court. There's a passion, there's a fire. So our fans, I've had people fly in, I've had people drive in and all that, and everyone's really excited. So that's important to hear that support and hear those cheers. And on the other side of that, it makes you a little bit more sick to your stomach to not be able to get it done. But that's how basketball goes, that's how sports go. You don't win them all, and you have to deal with that. But obviously you want the support versus not having it. And it's just so impactful. It's a beautiful thing to come into a program with history where I'm able to interact with alums and they're able to support our players through showing up, through gifts and all that. And so that was great to see the Hopkins support out here tonight.
I'll wrap up. Kara, career coming to an end. What does Johns Hopkins mean to you to graduate from such a great institution? And are you going to remain tight with coach and your teammates going forward and keep an eye on them next year? It seems like it.
Yeah, they're definitely not getting rid of me. I have a lot of energy, like we talked about earlier, and I will have nowhere to put it. So I will be on the sideline and behind a screen, I'm sure, for years to come. But yeah, I mean, I came back. I just told everybody in the locker room I came back because I love this team and I love basketball. And Johns Hopkins women's basketball has really just completely changed my life. The growth that I've seen in myself, I'm so proud of. And I'm so proud of this group and everything that they're going to do, everything we've done this year, everything we're going to do in the future. We're really building something special, and I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of it.
All right, I'll let you guys get out of here.
Thank you all. Congrats on a great season.